Hey guys, just starting out on the prop car today. Had an unexpected gathering of people last night, so I'm getting started a little late this morning. But just to show you what I'm doing right now, I made some tags for the wiring, and after I put those tags on, I'm going to use some clear tape to seal them so the printing stays and they don't get moist or wet or ruined. But basically what I'm doing today is kind of like I mentioned last night, and you can get a better picture of it right now. I'm going to take all this wiring, all this stuff here, everything over here, up here, and then underneath the deck lid up here. I'm going to go and clean it all up, get it packaged so it looks factory. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I'll give you a video after I'm done to show you what it's going to look like. And then I might even go online and show you guys a little bit about the BOOBOX, because the BOOBOX is really cool. I'm not sure if I want to get the 4 output one or the 8 output one. I'm probably going to opt for the 8, which is a little bit more expensive, but I'm not sure exactly how the solenoids are going to be activated or how many I'm going to need when I finally put this prop into motion with the not hydraulics, because I think that I decided I was going to go pneumatic on it. So I don't know how many outputs I'm going to need. I know I'm going to need one for tail lights, one for brake lights, one for reverse lights. Fog machine will be on constantly, so I won't need one for that. And then at least one, possibly 2 solenoids. So yeah, I might show you a little bit about that. And no, I don't get any profit or any revenue from telling you guys about the BOOBOX. It's just totally, fully programmable. So that's something it's really versatile. You can use it for any prop. So, yep, I want to do the wiring, and I'll let you guys see it when I'm done. So a little while later, and a trip to Lowe's later, I've got all the wiring cleaned up, and I actually went through and kind of got sidetracked and started painting too. I've got 2 of the windows painted, so let me show you the wiring. I've gone through, and there's like none of those wires like just sticking out all over the place. So I try to do it as professional as possible. Wrapped up all the wiring from all the tail lights. Mounted it here, so everything is nice and tight, nice and clean. And of course I've got all my leads coming out, and I've marked all of them. Got reverse. There's a single ground for both the brake and the tail lights. I might use 1 single power supply for that, or 2, but the next step is to hook up the amp meter and figure out how much each circuit pulls as far as the amperage just from the car battery, so I can make sure to get a matched power supply. You don't want one, obviously, that's underrated for the amperage that the lights are going to pull. Oh, and this is kind of funny. Hopefully it'll make you laugh. When I started painting the windows right there, I got a little Stephen King-ish red rum. But that'll be covered up. But you can see that the window is totally blacked out on both sides, on the side windows. And I also went and put a coat on all the welds, all the bare metal along the whole car that I cut. Especially for being here in Washington, as wet as it is, I don't want things to start rusting up. So that's where I'm at, that's what I'm doing. Hopefully, and I just want to show this video before it got too dark. So hopefully before I stop tonight, I'll get that rear window painted, and that'll probably be the end of what I'm going to do tonight. So that's where I'm at, and that's what's going on, and I'll try to get that window painted up. So for painting the rear window and going around the brake light, I've removed the brake light temporarily and taped off the area that I want to make sure does not get paint And I will now cut around that. And it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but there's the area that's masked off. And then you paint the window. And it's totally black right now. You can see a little bit of light from outside coming through the tape. I will probably do one more coat before I stop. But so yeah, so now it's totally blacked out, and the only thing that you're going to have is the brake light. So before the night's over, I will go ahead and put one more coat on, pull the tape off from where the brake light's at, and oh, there's a little bit more light through it. Oh, and that's kind of interesting too, as far as I didn't think it was going to show up, but yeah, my red rum's still up there. Oops. Well, maybe that'll intensify things a little bit. But yeah, I've got a little bit of light showing through, so I'll have to do another second coat and put the brake light back up, pull the tape off, not in that order, and I'll probably call it a night. So before I wrap this for the day, I just wanted to give a real quick shout out to Pigeon Tech. Thank you very much for subscribing and watching. The other thing I wanted to do, and I really mean that, seriously, thank you. The other thing I wanted to do is to show you guys the BOOBOX. Now, the website that I find these at are frightprops.com, and you've got several options. You've got the BOOBOX 4, which has 4 outputs, so you can switch 4 different items. And then you've also got the BOOBOX 8, and prices basically to be expected for, you know, Halloween related prop stuff. But I actually think that it's really not that bad because they do so much. The BOOBOX 8, which is the one that I'm looking at getting, needs to have the controller, the programmer, which is another $200. But yeah, you've got 8 triggers, 8 outputs. It includes an MP3 player. I don't do any DMX stuff, but it has that capability. And also 2 servo outputs. Real-time programming, the audio, like I said, it's got a built-in MP3 player, and I believe that it can play up to 4 minutes of music. You've got ambient and scare modes, so it can go through and, you know, have just the ambient when it's waiting for the trigger. It can play, you know, music or, you know, something to kind of make everything spooky until the customer hits that trigger and it sets the prop, and then it goes into the actual scare mode. I mean, this thing is awesome. It's wonderful. So that's what I'm planning on getting to set this to set the car in motion, so that it'll control the servos for the pneumatics and all the lighting also. So I guess that's it. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and take it easy.